Amy, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I have my ups and downs still, but I guess since the last time, I guess I've had a little bit more ups than downs.
Okay, describe ups. Describe what your ups look like to me.
I'm going to bed at like a decent hour. I don't really think about hurting myself or cutting myself. And I don't keep overthinking a lot.
Well, that's good. Because I know in our last session we talked about how you've been having the flashbacks, of your traumatic experience. And I know that was keeping you up at night.
Yeah. Sometimes it still happens, but not as much.
Okay.
So, yeah, something's working.
Yeah, and we know that's natural with people who've been through traumatic experiences, the flashbacks. Yeah. So good that it seems to be simmering down. Mm-hmm. Not fully going away, but not as bad as it used to be for you.
Yeah. I'm actually like a couple days a week now going to bed at a decent hour. And
that's good.
Yeah. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, you said you've been feeling down a little bit, so tell me what that's looking like nowadays.
It's still pretty bad, but I can self-talk myself out of doing some stuff. I think because I've been not cutting, the thoughts are still there, but like I can like stop myself. So I don't have to redo that again.
Tell me, what do you do to try to stop yourself? What do you think about?
Myself, I guess, and why I keep going, because I have been through hell pretty much, with everything that happened, like in my past, and then losing my job and all of that, and it's like, why do I keep going is kind of like my push to keep going.
Well, I know last session we talked about, you not working at Highmark anymore after 13 something years. And that has been a big change for you.
Yeah.
So how are you dealing with that?
It's almost sometimes like when I'm in the low part, it's like too much to even handle. And then I overthink like I'm not good enough, because I always kind of still think that way because of like all the rapes that I've had. Because like I wasn't good enough for my grandpa because he just did it and quit it pretty much. And then my friend's cousin did it to me too. And then now I had a job for 13 years and they were just like, nope, don't care. And yes, it was stressful and it was a trigger to my depression at times too, I think. But I think too, like now I don't have anything. So I'm just like completely empty.
That feeling of need and being wanted.
Yeah.
Is that what you're missing nowadays?
Yeah.
Do you think if you started working again, would that help you feel better?
I don't know if I right now. Because I think now I'm just so low and like overthinking too much that like adding another job that could be stressful again.
So I know we've been working on how we can reduce your emotions, how you can get that under control when you are feeling those ups and downs. What are things you can do in the moment, when we're not together?
Right.
So I gave you the task of this week of trying to think of things that make you feel positive or that helps you, that you notice with your emotions.
Yeah.
So how did you do? Remember we came up with these flashcards. So how did you do with reducing vulnerability?
I went to sleep at like 9:30 3 nights, I think.
Okay.
And I think one I went to bed at like 10, so that's still pretty close.
Yeah.
Compared to the early morning stuff that I was doing.
Well, I want to commend you because that's a good start, because I know lately you've been struggling with sleep.
Yeah.
And you've been staying awake a lot of these days throughout the week.
Yeah, and it helps because I do feel a little bit like well rested when I wake up, and that like it makes it easier for me to not think so bad the rest of the day. So I guess that's good.
Good. Anything else you do to help you reduce that vulnerability?
Sometimes I feel like I might be eating a little bit more because I know like usually I don't have an appetite, but it seems like if it balances. So
Mhm.
like if I sleep well, then I kind of need to eat. It's kind of weird.
Mhm.
So
Do you make healthy eating choices, or would you say you snack on
um,
maybe bad stuff?
a little bit of both.
A little bit
Whatever
of
is
both.
there.
Okay.
Whatever's
Okay.
around because I just sometimes, don't feel like leaving or whatever. So,
Do you find eating to help you with your feelings and emotions, or no?
no, I'd rather not eat because I'm just so blah still.
Okay.
But I'm hungry though. I have
Mhm.
the appetite back, so it's still there.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the appetite's back. But, yeah.
Okay. Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, how are you doing with built-in positive experiences for yourself?
Well, that box that we do, I try to write like one thing, good thing every day, just one,
Okay.
because that's the step.
Did you do it today?
I did.
And what is the one thing that you say you want to control today?
Um, to come here, because I didn't really want to. I didn't want to get out of bed because last night I was up was one of those not so good nights.
Okay.
So it was hard for me to get up and come here and see you. Not that you're a problem or anything, but like
No,
it
I
was just
understand.
like getting here.
Well, let me commend you that you made the effort and you did make it here.
Yeah.
So that's one of the good things that you can put in your journal when you go back home and you rewrite what you did that day, today.
Yeah.
Good. And how did you do with built-in mastery? What is a short-term goal that you choose to work on this week?
Well, I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought a coloring book.
Okay.
One of those like adult ones.
Yeah.
Those fancy ones that everyone has. And at night, I cut those 4 nights that I actually went to bed. I controlled those thoughts by coloring.
Okay.
So it helped 4 nights.
Well, good. Good. So it seems that you're getting a little system, getting a little control.
Yeah.
And that's why we did these emotional regulation skills to see what can help you in those moments.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you found coloring to be a good coping skill for you.
Yeah. It seemed to help those couple nights anyways.
Mhm. So what do you want to work on when you leave here? Just for today. Just today. What do you want to work on?
I guess trying to like not think that I'm worthless because I mean I have nothing right now, but there has to be a reason why I keep going.
Mhm.
So maybe trying to find that reason.
Trying to figure out what's pushing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's driving you.
Yeah. Because some days like I'm afraid that I'm gonna just not want to.
Mhm.
Because it's a lot to handle with everything. But if I don't get it under control now, who knows where I'll be in a year.
Mhm.
Literally a year. Like if I don't help myself now, I'm not gonna make it to my 50th
birthday.
Yeah.
Well, I think along with your short-term goal, won't you think of long-term goals?
I think eventually getting a job that I actually like, because the Highmark job was a good job and I had it forever, but like I told you, it was stressful. Like all that stuff that I had to do it was too much, and I was bringing that home with me. And then again, all that overthinking stuff that we've talked about before that would just keep me up at night. So then I'd go to bed at 2, wake up at 5 to go to work at 7. So it was a lot.
Right. So as a long-term goal, you can focus on finding something that's not stressful, and focus on finding maybe start off at part-time or casual.
Yeah.
But that's it for today's session. I want to thank you again for coming in, and we can schedule for next week.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.